Hi friends! This is Daisy Take. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Heaven Will Be Mine. This is part 11 in our series. Poked Under in the Upper Arcade area. See the rest of it. We are continuing down Pluto's route. Last time we had a whole encounter with Terra, who's apparently a traitor to Cradle's graces and went over to Memorial Foundation. Very interesting. There's a lot more of a direct connection between them two. Those two. Saturn was kind of like the wild child, like, oh yeah, let me just blow the world up effectively. Load. Okay, so last we left off, we had already gone through this. I'm gonna click through. Lots of Mars being scared. I love Mars. She's portrayed so interestingly. A white void. Piloting interface. So there's two different things here. There's the Oxygen Ocean Deep Dive. Or there's Rift in the Earth. So we're going to start with the Oxygen Ocean here. Is she operational? Who operational? Mars. All checks clear? Honey. Dual tidal reactor sink clears all checks? It's close enough to Terra moon inside out. And you're really still sure about this? Mars, I love you very much. And I'm going to scream if you ask me one more question. What? Oh, I've never seen that before. Gah, Pluto! Sorry, just couldn't back off after saying that. My soul hurts. Why did you do that? 'Cause you didn't listen to me. I was listening. You didn't listen. You got such a big heart and you don't listen with it all. I don't want you to go. That's better. It's what you really wanted to say. I'm glad you could say it. But you're not going to listen to it. Nope. You could. Not at all. Don't sulk. This was always the plan. We have to show everyone what this weapon can actually do. This is just a taste, but no one is going to respect what we do on the moon if we can't grab their attention first. Destroying the whole Celestial Mechanics fleet while they're docked at the Oxygen Ocean is going to get some attention. Even if I only destroy them a little bit, it'll be pretty amazing. So it's a job that's impossible to mess up. If you keep worrying, what else am I supposed to think? Except I must seem that incompetent to you. I care, okay? I'm not mad, Mars. But let me lean on you while I do this, instead of blocking my way. Ooh. Share a secret moment deep down. We've done that one. Get a tug-of-war above the waves. I want that. Let's do that. Cradle's graces advances. The balance shifts because Pluto tugs, and Saturn tugs harder. Deep, so deep, crushing and dark, but the string of pearls has organs that can see everything. Smoky, cold, she slips down into the stream of evaporation, just shy of being the spark that blows it all up. Whoever's down there. But don't play dumb, because Saturn knows exactly who and what's down there is playing coy. Oh, interesting. Do you have the same idea, Pluto? Oh, Mercury. Oh, tidal interference. Cutting off the comms. Well, now, I don't have to cut the comm line myself. Sound effects are great here. Saturn doesn't have to play by anyone's rules, even and especially the rules of the universe. It's made of a last-minute miracle. It loves it best. It loves it best when it's just waiting on the edge between one possibility and another, tempting fate and not caring where it lands. Pluto doesn't cross the rules. She's the universe itself. Perfect target for Saturn. The wall she crashes against, she's not playing coy. She's looking for someone to crash against her. From the depths, Krun tugs, but playfully. String of Pearls takes the invitation and yanks back. Not so playfully at all. Oh, hey boo. Do you want to play? I sure do. But come up and play my game. Oh, sure. If you can make me. Chromacola is the plunge into fascination. A fall omnidirectional into the end of the universe. Chromacola can drown the ocean in her gravity. But String of Pearls has the greatest trick. String of Pearls cheats distance. She can't ignore it, but she can interpret it differently. So, if function x equals an anxious, avoidant, infinitely approaching and never reaching asymptote. Oh god, my brain. And maybe function x can be a curve accelerating rapidly into infinity. Math isn't hard for Saturn, just the results. Math's hard for me. I'm gay. Don't be absolutely blowing me out of the water with this. Mercury would be screaming if the comms were still on, because this is a big risk. The most dangerous and guaranteed way to get the Celestial Mechanics fleet wrecked if she isn't careful, and even if she is. Closing distance is mutual. Pulling Pluto out of the depths of the oxygen ocean is not something she's doing for them. If Saturn wants to change the rules, then Pluto will let her. She'll be the one to set the variable. No matter what Saturn sets Fx to, Pluto sets the force. So she can go slack if she wants to. Saturn's equation is something like Fx equals the closer you approach, the further I move away. A hard equation to solve. Are you up to it? Along the equations of gravity, Saturn fires hooks. They wouldn't have hit without the equation, but it was the moment of Pluto's curiosity that they bet on. That is enough. The ocean plunges, the ships rock. Emergency retraction, max output. Okay. I was trying not to cause so much trouble. Just wanted to delay you for a little while. But if you really insist, I'll come make all the trouble you want. That's funny, considering how hard you've been wrecking the Celestial Mechanics fleet. I'd almost think you weren't going easy at all. Saturn is pulling hard. I think there's something wrong with my poor mouse. It's going and clicking through. Sorry about that. Pulling hard, but it's like trying to pull a star out of a black hole. But something about the way Pluto reacts makes Saturn think it might still be possible. You're working hard. I just sent to make sure you all didn't have an easy time. I've never worked hard, ever. You sound like kind of a liar. You're sure you're not still a bit good? Say it to my face! Okay, if you really, really insist. I can get carried away too. Saturn's capture cables go slack, and she shoots up and out of the ocean, pulled by the panicking service crew. The equation input has changed. The number Pluto has changed it to give Saturn a thrill. As the oxygen tidal wave starts building. The ocean trembles, and the fleet sees and nearly capsize. But Saturn breaks out of the liquid into the sky, and Pluto is pulled up and out and free. Chromical is more frightening and powerful than Saturn remembered, but she can't be scared now. Well, maybe she can, just a little, but this is what she wanted too, a beautiful solution to her equation. It's hard to know someone if you haven't fought them. That's something she's known for a long time. The pain of wondering if you just aren't good enough to stand next to someone. She'd prefer to know where she stands. For Pluto, who was made to be so overwhelming that in her presence, no other option but peace can exist. She doesn't have anything to prove to herself, win or lose. She's open when others are honest. Between ship selves, all conflict must be honest. It's the only way to make contact. That's the moment she's waiting for, to give life to all the feelings unleashed when she decided she'd let herself have them. Celestial Mechanics Fleet can't do anything but wait. Think about how this is probably all Saturn's fault. You're strange, Saturn. I don't know what to think. You think you can't win, but you're trying anyway. What do you want to make happen? So sure and unsure of yourself. Just come on already. We can't all be gravitational beauties. Tides come from people, and people are people. Whether they get there being taught or being made. Keep the pity out of your voice, or won't be having fun anymore. I don't pity you. I was very lucky. There was no reason to why I got to be so lucky. But I'm selfish too. I don't deserve it. But I'll never feel guilty about it. I had too much at stake to feel guilty when I got everything I wanted. I know exactly how that feels. Unlike you, though, they took it all away again when they were done with me. Oh, it looks like they weren't able to for very long, though. You wouldn't get anywhere with girls if you insist on believing you had it the worst. Every girl has it the worst. Oh, sad. You know, I liked it better when I was dragging you. Are you ready to try again? Teach me a lesson? Or get over yourself? Oh, teach me a lesson or get over yourself. Sorry if I'm having trouble reading today. I apologize on that. I am just having trouble getting through the words. Happens some days. And let me see what's under that envy. Saturn's got a good idea. Even as the Chromicola tosses the fleet apart, the tidal force as the string of pearls closes in. She can be as close as touch, yet always out of reach. This time she sets FX to as close as you can be. Of course, that's in the crush of her gravity well, but that's fine, because Saturn has dedicated her life to being a fucked up loser. I thought for sure I could make you squirm. You're so perfect. And you're even better at accepting that you're not perfect. You're not perfect than me. But that's not to say don't let up for a moment. No matter how bad at this I am. I love that. It's a great thing about you. You don't know how strong your belief is. You don't know you're going to lose, but fight anyway. Believe you're going to win, even still. I always win, even when I lose. I would never go in if I didn't know that. Whoo! Electrotoxic waves sting the Chromicola as she embraces the string of pearls. It's like making out with a battery. It's uncomfortably like getting electrocuted, but comfortably like making out. How long can you keep that up? How long can you last if you're crushed like this? What? Isn't this a great idea? Being crushed like a pancake under you is great. You're really incorrigible. I love it. But I can last longer than you can. Ooh, sorry. But I can last longer than you can. Maybe, but is it worth it? You're not able to waste time like this. I'll make it way worse for you. But I can keep this up. I've got nothing to lose. It's so selfish and ridiculous. It's the worst for everyone. I love it. It's really kind of outrageous. I can't believe it. Okay, you win, even though your side objectively loses. What do you want? Siren's weapons slow and fizzle, but Pluto doesn't quite let go. Just hearing I won is all I want. You're really right about yourself. You're totally the worst. I wish I could be just like that. Next time we meet, I'll show you. Okay. So 37% Cradle's Graces. We're getting up there. Mars. What? No. Okay. Oh, do you ever miss Terra? What? No. In case you've forgotten, she betrayed us and went back to Memorial Foundation. I know you want her back because you are kind and forgiving, but I'm not, and I'll kick her butt if I ever see her again. But that's no different than how you two used to be. You two only fight less now. That's the part that's sad. She was always smug, always a know-it-all, and always one step ahead. The worst senior pilot, and she didn't teach me shit. Breakups really do turn all your memories sour, huh? That's... Shut up! Terra is the only one I feel that way about. I know you pine after good girls way too much. I think dating bad people is good for you. If I have to go through that again, no thanks. The only thing I miss is the expression on her face after I got one up on her. Her smile, you mean? You miss it too. I do. I'm glad you can get nostalgic sometimes too. Do you miss the days of the Cold War? Fighting against the existential threat too? It was scary in a different way. It was so easy I never had to think about it. Tearing through the ethereal light that was only sort of there. It was scary because we didn't know what would happen or what it was. But we didn't need to know any of those answers, and we just got to fight forever. It was fun. Until I came along. What do you mean? If you think about it, it was me, wasn't it? Before they even finished the Chronomacola, even in just the prototype. In my first provincial mission, I wiped out the enemy in the time it took to blink. And they haven't come back since. Before, it was fun for everyone. You were strong, but it was still hard. But there was no point in sending all of you out to protect Earth when it turned out the existential threat was so weak I could destroy it with a snap of a finger. That's reversing cause and effect. They just used that as an excuse to stop caring about colonization. Even if it was never a threat to our existence, they didn't have to give up on everything. It's not your fault. Woo! Okay, so Pluto blames herself effectively because the Chronomacola just kind of snapped existential threat out of existence. And so everybody's pulling back to Earth. Oh, no wonder she's the leader. Alien Phenomena in the Pilot Program. Title Mechanics Research Archives. Director of Celestial Mechanics, Iapetus. Ugh, fuck that guy. The scout program was created to be fungible with various other religions or philosophies in direct response to the immediate post-war need to address growing existential threats. As a stopgap measure, the Memorial Foundation has had frustrations with the indefinite extensions of scouting programs internationally, and mostly universal failure to advance beyond the need for it. The model, or more specifically the Scouts, were a victim of the space program's own success at fighting the Cold War. With support of the unified approach to space, in order to prevent human cultural rivalry, the Memorial Foundation has been granted an opportunity to revise the scouting program and change the reactive war of attrition into a proactive one and confront the existential threat directly. The existential threat is an alien threat. We must think of them as one and the same. What is not known to us is the alien. The alien is defined by the most familiar function. Fx equals that which, the function of x equals that which is human that humans are not. Ooh. So that's where Saturn got that phrase. A fascinating logical paradox. Of much utility in research is the thought of exercise. Imagine something that humans could not imagine. Logically, you should not be able to do it. It is inherently impossible to imagine something that you have, by definition, the capabilities to imagine. And yet, this thought exercise leads us to begin defining, first, what is human. In other words, what is conventional, and then, by this same process, to imagine what is unconventional. In fact, this is the essence of conquering the unknown, rather than allowing it the power to rule, to safely integrate into the culture, than for us to fester in anti-culture, but is not produce what is truly alien to us. Solving this puzzle requires us to be part of what humanity does not wish to be. Fascinating. Direct message. Mars. Fine. Okay, no! I didn't get to the point, but I have to build up to it, okay? The contextualizing information is important, but okay, I will actually talk about it this time. Mechanical interference is how machines typically work. You're going to yell at me for not being clear if I don't say this, but if I say, that's when you've got physical switches and buttons and steering devices and you move them with your hands. That doesn't actually really convey it. Because you do those things in your ship self, but you don't use mechanical interfacing. So it actually matters that it's defined as exact mental instruction. It does exactly what you tell it. You can make anything you want happen. But you have to give it exact instructions. There's a physical lag between yourself and the machine. But there's also a nuanced nature of giving the instructions. That's a really hard thing to do. Obviously, most people would prefer to move a machine on raw instinct, or like part of their body. I don't think many people actually get the best results from an interface like that. Unless, yes, they're like our mutual ex. Hey, is that why you wanted to know? Okay. Mutual ex. So is this you messaging Pluto and then you and Pluto both date Terra? Is that what I'm learning here? Okay. So we have Rift in the Earth. I am actually having trouble reading, and it's getting worse. So I think I am going to end this here. I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this to us and end it short, but I think you would rather me end it short than continue to blubber through having trouble reading. And I don't know when I'm going to have trouble reading until I start reading. And I'm like, oh, today's a bad day for it. So, thank you for understanding. Thank you for your care. Let me know your thoughts. I love seeing you guys. And I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye!